Hey, what is going on, guys? I'm bringing you guys another Black Clover video. Today we will be covering Black Clover Manga Chapter 282. Before we start, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more Black Clover content. As of right now, recording, the unofficial release has happened for the chapter, and the translation isn't perfect, but it will work just fine for this video, which will be going up the day of the official release of the manga chapter. Last chapter we saw the ancient demon attacking the Clover Kingdom, and Julius used his magic combined with Damnatio to age himself 10 years. After doing some heavy damage to the demon, Damnatio's effects wears off, but then Asta appears to save the day. Now that brings us to this week's chapter, which right away Asta decided to unite with Lieb, or Lieb? I don't know how you pronounce it. But then the manga cuts back to the Spade Kingdom with the battle between Zenon and Yuno, which Yuno then tells Zenon that their home won't be destroyed because Asta is there, which shows how much trust Yuno has in Asta and how much trust he has that he'll complete his training in time. Then it cuts back to Asta, and look at this design. It's a little feminine, not gonna lie, and it looks like it took some inspiration from Noelle's Valkyrie form, but it looks sick, right? Asta now has both wings, like Yuno, instead of only one, and it looks like he has some devil armor around like his limbs, which looks similar to like Lux's lightning magic equipment. But then Asta mentions that they could only pull off this unite mode for 5 minutes as of now, so their plan is to destroy the ancient demon right away. At that moment, Asta uses his giant black divider to cut right through the demon's hand, and it seems like he cut it perfectly in half, up to about the demon's elbow. Asta then tells Damnatio to watch him protect the Clover Kingdom. This moment is crucial because it will show how Damnatio will see that Asta is crucial to protect the Clover Kingdom, and that Asta is an important asset to the kingdom as well. We then see some people who look like nobles and some peasants who see the devil and think it's working with the demon to destroy the kingdom. But then it shows all the people that Asta met who realize that he's saving them, and that they are surprised, and some are disgusted by the fact that they are being saved by a peasant. It also shows them reacting to how much stronger Asta is, and then it shows Klaus supporting Asta, saying that Asta will save them, not because he is possessed by a devil, but because he is a true magic knight. At this moment, Julius explains the demon's power. The demon is just a chunk of hyper magic power, and that since it's so powerful, straightforward magic attacks that go for it are basically useless and can be wiped away because it has so much energy. But since Asta has anti-magic, the demon won't be able to block Asta's attacks. Asta then proceeds to cut the demon from the torso up to the neck diagonally in a great sequence of panels. And it looks like he pulled off some Demon Slayer type attack, the one where they cut the spider demon from the neck down to the torso. Then from here, after he pulls off that attack, we see one of Nox Devil's, Green Modelo, I think that's how you pronounce it, who is currently with Asta because he left behind to train Asta. And Green Modelo then says that not at this rate, Noct will die if the fight continues. So Asta and Lieb right away head towards the Spade Kingdom, and the chapter ends there. Okay, this chapter was so hype, man. Like shit, dude. I love Asta's design, although with this Dark Triad arc, it seems like this is starting to feel like a final arc because it seems to close off some of the questions we had about the main characters. At least for me, it looks like it could end here, but it'll have some unanswered questions. But then I believe that if they introduce a character during this arc, I don't know how, it will force Tabata to continue on with the story to where we go visit the Yami's homeland. Or another possibility that I think is that some people that are attacking the Spade Kingdom will get dragged into the underworld after stopping the gate from opening completely, which will bring another arc which all about the devils and the underworld, which can bring us more insight about the devil's origins, and from there we can get introduced to other mythical creatures, so it isn't just sort of like a forced transition or a forced aspect that there are more mythical creatures, it could seem more natural. But, you know, I'm thinking too far ahead. Okay, what I believe might happen in the next, like, next few chapters is that Asta won't be returning to the manga for a bit. Like, you know how he went training and, like, they didn't even show him up and how hyped that was? I feel like they're gonna save off showing the full potential of his Unites Mode's ability until he appears to the Spade Kingdom, but they won't be showing him until he actually appears. I believe the next chapter is going to show the arrival of Noelle's group, and also the return of the elves. I feel like the elves are going to receive like their divine retribution or whatever the hell, just like, oh, you have to go help them fight, and you know, they can't deny it. Another theory is that I have is that Mars and the Diamond Kingdom, the Mars and Ladros, will join in on the fight. And I think right here, because like previously it shows what the other 8 Shining Generals who got defeated, but there is one 8 Shining General, one of the Shining Generals that we haven't been introduced to yet, and I think we'll get introduced to this last member and see how powerful he really is, because I mean, they kept him secret for this long. I wonder who he is. There could be a theory that he could be Asta's father or something, but you know, this is all speculation. What do you guys think will happen in the next few chapters? Leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear what your guys' thoughts are about the next few chapters, what might happen, or what effects this new chapter could have on the story. Anyways, that's all for today, folks. Peace out.